I wouldn't like to see Darius Defoe picking up a foul this quickly.
London trying to get the ball inside. Eagles working hard inside. Flanagan with a shot from
the shot's off from, but he certainly was very cool when he took that shot.
Defence already looking a lot tighter there for London, but Jukic goes in 5. Ball straight in the hands of Robinson. I think we'll see an awful lot of that tonight. He finds Hall inside, and Eagles back line not really there as Latinovic makes the two quite comfortably.
Well, two different styles on defence as well, because Defoe and Jukic.
Flanagan goes inside again. Eagles not necessarily guarding the back line very well. Flanagan turns, spins, left-handed hook shot misses. Jukic almost gets the rebound. Eagles come back and he has Nimley's. Thought that was going to be the first 3-point shot he shoots, but he did.
Very quickly closed down, wasn't he?
Page is going to shoot it instead, and he makes the three. To work hard on Flanagan. Here's Flanagan facing up to him. It turns really well, but Martin gets up virtually to block the shot. Flanagan again still working on Martin. Turns, shoots, makes the two. Very quick call, very decisive call from Marianne Dodds. Here's Flanagan, Latinovic for 3, and that goes in, and that hasn't put a shot up yet, Dave.
No, they've really kept him under pressure. Great pass.
It's a great pass from Jukic, but Williams just couldn't take it in his stride. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Lovely side, see if he can find a target. He's trying to draw Robinson out. Turns the corner well. Nobody there, gives it to Kai Williams. Page's 3-pointer almost looks inside again. Jason Page, he'll go for the shot. Throws up the 2, in it goes again. Good. He gives it back to Robinson. Robinson to Peel. Peel looking for a shot inside. Nice spin move. 2 nice.
Was wide open, and he's coming off some good screens. And the thing is, if they're going to keep going after Nimley with a double, and even the last offense was a triple team, and the Eagles have got to be smart and move that ball away from him.
Nice haul inside. Got a bad knee from last week's game, and certainly they tried to go for the rebound and stopped short, and has limped away from the play. And that's a good offensive rebound by Brandon Peel. He looks really dominating the Eagles inside, particularly on offense. We're on the last shot of the game, last shot of the quarter, and Jason Page once again knocks down a big 3 and gives the Eagles a first quarter lead of 20-17. And I really don't know where that 10 minutes went with the field. That was absolutely flew by. Flanagan misses his shot, and Nimley at the other end is coming up, and there's the floater off the glass, but he's missed it. And again, the 5'6" point guard somehow got up above all of it, got the offensive rebound.
Back up's pretty impressive for a small guard.
Big man, little man amongst the trees there, Dave. Oh, lovely shot there from Paul.
And a lot of firepower from a lot of different positions and players.
Nice pass from Nimley, but Martin driving to the basket can't get through. There's Robinson in the corner for 3, and he's made that one, and the Lions now take a 1-point lead. There on offense. Gunhina and Bassi trying to win. Oh, lovely play from Nimley to get to the penetration of the basket in front, 24-23. Back at the other end, and here's Flanagan again driving hard to the basket. Here's Nimley again. Just the one man on him this time, Paul Guid out to Gunhina for 3, and Gunhina makes it there, but obviously didn't make the shots, and he's now sitting on the bench having to think about it as Jason Page comes back into the game.
Yeah, well, I think that's right. You know, he's only got 2.
Page once again pushing the pace. Gunhina finds Kai Williams outside. Williams for 3, that's short. Darius Defoe gets a great offensive rebound and put back, and the Eagles go up by 4, 31-27. Well, and the reset. Lanigan gives it to Hall. Hall trying to drive inside and kicks it out. Lions going inside then outside really well here. Hall gets it up there and gets it in, and Will quarter high quality BBL action here on livebasketball.tv.
It is, and I think both teams will regard this as their first real test of the season, because
superb 3 from the corner from Robinson in
these games.
Nimley finds Defoe, who charges inside, turns, shoots, makes the 2. It's Nimley at the other end. He finds Jukic, who drives inside, finds Page at the 3-point line, and guards.
Well, we've talked a lot about London's play and, you know, their style of play, but, you know, the one thing that's not actually pretty obvious is the Eagles are actually winning this game by 6. Make that 8.
Yeah. 3. And it's 2-on-1 at the other end. Robinson finds Icknerman and in it goes. No, it doesn't. But Justin Robinson with a shot for the Lions. Goes past Nimley, tries to go past Defoe, throws it back out to Latinovic, who takes a bounce. He gives it back to Robinson. Yeah. To be fair, I think they overcomplicated matters there, Lions, trying to make sure that they ran the clock right down. But
been up wide open looks, overcomplicated it. They had really good looks, particularly with people who can make them. Wow.
I think the Eagles are asking for that, and I think the ball was thrown long to Yuri Guhina. He tried his shot, which was short. Kai Williams picked up the basket, picked up the ball, and he thought he'd made the 2 points before the buzzer, but the referees have called it off.
Yeah, I think they got together, they discussed it, and they've maybe gone over to talk it over with the table, and that is the half-time score. Yeah. And great job by the Eagles to be leading this game at half-time, because London have been impressive, they've been well organised.
Robinson this time will find Latinovic in the corner unmarked, and he can't leave a shooter of that quality that wide open.
Caught out in transition, and they'd very, very quickly take up the place in the corners, which is a really hard place to defend on the floor, and they've got the shooters to knock them down.
There's Defoe making a big strong move to the basket and getting inside and laying it in off the glass for 2 points. Makes it 42-37. Robinson going for the lob to Flanagan, and that's over.
Before you know it, you have a 3-point game, and Flanagan's been all over, hasn't he? All over the paint in this first few minutes. You know that first boards. That's probably why they're, you know, out rebounding the Eagles, but you've got to make them tell.
Hall drives well to the basket. And Hall drive to basket.
I'll leave you to talk us through the Eagles change, but no surprise at all that Peel's come on. He's a good player.
Yeah, I think Zorko Djukic is very much a defensive threat, defensive presence for the Eagles. Perhaps they're looking for a bit more inside on the offense from Gohina, and that's taken them to game high with Jason Page.
And for all the people learning how to play big man in the BBL, what Darius Defoe's done really well on each of his scores is create separation from his defensive play before he's put the shot up.
And there's it now at 46 all. Nimley brings it up to Page. Eagles certainly playing a lot slower than they would have done in previous games. Defoe once again turning, spinning against 2 defenders and knocking down the shot. He's got up to 17 points and has scored all Eagles 8 points so far in this quarter.
Yeah.
There's Lanigan getting in well in front of Kai Williams, who almost stole the ball, but Lanigan did well and turned well and finished a nice spin and layup.
Yeah, I thought Latinovic did okay in the first half, but he's certainly been much more of a factor in this early stage too, because Darius is absolutely on fire at the moment.
And again, that was a good call from yourself, Dave. You said that you felt Darius was going to have a big part to play, and Page has found him inside once again. And then with the ball, Latinovic comes up well guarded by Nimley, who took him all the way up to. He has Flanagan well outside the key. Flanagan has been a bit quiet in the last couple of minutes there, but there's Latinovic again, and he shoots.
Been quite dropped for him.
Robinson and Lanigan exchanging passes very nicely there. Lanigan's finding Hall completely unmarked under the basket. Lines with a chance of.
If you watch the lines, they use the corners really well. It's really stretching the Eagles' defence.
And they go, and that's a perfect example of just Nimley at the other end. He's got absolutely nowhere to go. Puts up a hugely long 3, which hits the front of the rim and comes out. It was almost a desperation one. Whereas at the other end, Robinson found Lanigan, he missed his shot, but Lions once again recycled. Needs to get playing inside, and he's missed that 3, and he has Lanigan at the other end. He's found Latinovic in the corner, and he isn't going to miss those, and Eagles at the moment have got no answer to this Lions pressure.
Up there and just waiting for his teammates to get him the ball.
Here's Goodhina coming around to shoot a 3. His 3's off. Good rebound, offensive rebound by Terry Martin. Kai Williams puts up a 3. He makes that 3. And
at the moment, but he's not in foul trouble, is he? That's a good thing for the Eagles if Darius at this stage of the game is not in foul trouble.
Run out there from Lions. Peel now takes over the ball. Responsibilities from Robinson. He finds Peel. Eagles trying to defend. Robinson comes round finds himself free for the three. For me there, Justin Robinson was the man who brought the Lions right back, and they've taken an 11-point lead into the final quarter, and the Eagles are going to find it hard to come back from that.
Well, they're going to find it hard to come back because they're not making the shots that they're finding. The Lions aren't missing the shots that they're making. Defend them all.
Will Hall now, oh, fantastic behind the back pass over his head. Paul Good probably should have made that shot. Jason Page goes for three at the other end. He nets the three. Barton comes up with the rebound. Nimley tries to force the pace at the other end. He finds his backcourt partner, Jason Page, whose three-point shot was well short. But Zarko Jukic is very smart. All the way at the basket, but can't make the layup. Zarko Jukic takes the rebound. Jason Page with a massive behind the back. Doesn't get there. Terry Martin does though. Puts it in for the Eagles.
Really gripping them in the seats.
The other interesting fact is that neither team is really in any kind of foul trouble. And there's Nimley. Finally gets his three-point shot off. And down it goes, and he's fouled as he makes it.
6:40 to go, Jeff. Lions are only one foul away now from being in the penalty.
So Nimley doesn't make his layup, and Terry Martin with the offensive rebound and put back.
Find a way to grind the way back into this game.
11 points down as the quarter opened, and now they're 2 points in front. And Robinson, big push off there, but he gets away with it. And level at 71-71. This is when we'll find out who these players really are, who's the big players, who isn't. Oh, lovely pass from Martin, lovely pass as well from Jukic, and then 2-point effort. That was really nice ball movement from the Eagles, it has to be said.
Running this cross play again, always trying to get somebody open, and then the continuity comes in. Well read.
Yeah. The man they call the human pogo stick got in the pass lanes, picked the pass off, and down the other end for a fantastic slam dunk to take the Eagles into a 3-point lead. And it's players like that that really lift the coat.
And
there he is at the other end, cutting the pass out. Darius Defoe will try to go to the basket, and he slams it home one-handed. And the crowd's on its feet, and so is Coach Carroll for Lions, and that's a timeout called for the Lions. With the Eagles up to 78-73, and it's the forwards that are making the difference for the Eagles. Page and Nimley working. Page finds Defoe. Defoe knocks two down and decided not to. And he's trying to find Defoe, but Robinson picks his pocket. And at the other end, Defoe, who could easily pick up at the top of the key there for Robinson, who turns the corner well. And Flanagan goes inside. He finds inside, but whoa, it's the two Darius Defoes out there at the moment.
Work rate right now of Darius Defoe is phenomenal.
It was deflected by Lions.
It really sealed his man well as well, hasn't he, Jukic?
There's Martin going inside, and he makes the two. Takes the Eagles up to 7-point lead. We're down to 1 minute to go, and it's a 6-point gap. Lions have the ball. Robinson for three, and Robinson makes a three and cuts that lead in half. And the Eagles and the whole of Sports Central celebrate a fantastic fourth quarter comeback. Down 11 going into that final quarter, and they come out with a 6-point win. And a lot has to be said for the Eagles' grit and determination, and possibly Lions just losing a little bit of composure.
Well, that win in the end, I thought London had their moments in that game, but what won that was character. What terrific character shown by all those Eagles players. The coaches obviously played their part. The fans were absolutely fantastic. Supported the team all the way, lifted them when they needed, but that was a great show display of character by the Eagles, and they deservedly won the game in the end.